Hi there, I'm Jamie Taucher. We're at a special event this evening. It's the 15th anniversary for the Sedona International Film Festival. It's the opening night, and in a moment we're going to lead you into a special event for the Q&A section with Jane Seymour and her film Touching Wild Horses. We'll get an intimate portrayal into the film. She's interviewed by Robert Osborne, who is with the Ted Turner Classics movie channel. And we'll get an intimate view of what's going on.
Let me sit there and I'll pass this across. Before we get to question and answers, I'd just like to ask you, what's your most vivid memory of this film, of doing it?
Gosh, I think the horses. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the movie, is that the horses and her relationship with this little boy unlocked unbelievable pain that she was going to carry with her to her grave. And I think, you know, the idea that this can happen is really important, you know, for people to let go of things that seem to be insurmountable to face up to. And of course, in her case, it was, you know, losing her son. Camp Soaring Eagle is this extraordinary place where kids will be able to come, and in the 1 week that they come and they have camp, they get to feel normal for a change. They'll have medical facilities there, so any medical needs they have will be met. They will be able to do all the things they're being told all the time that they can't do. They'll be able to do them. And they will be, you know, in bed next to bed in a cabin with kids that have exactly the same illness that they have. So for the first time, they can actually openly talk about what it's like to be sick, what it's like with their sisters and brothers, what it's like with their parents, what their fears are, what their hopes are.
Complete with the red rocks. And now, Jane, you're gonna have to fake like you never saw this in the next theater when we do this next door, so you're the first to see it. It's that actress thing. Thank you. And 2009 honoree, might I say, our biggest honoree to ever opening night at the Sedona Film Festival, don't you think? Presented to Jane Seymour in recognition of your outstanding career as an actress, artist, author, and humanitarian. We honor you for your creativity, your talent, and your commitment to making this world a better place. Thank you, Jane Seymour.
One of the reasons I'm here, since my home station is Turner Classic Movies, is to present 3 movies over the next 3 days, tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and 3 very famous movies: Singin' in the Rain, The Greatest Show on Earth, and also Notorious, the Hitchcock film with Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman. And the real reason is we did this last year, and it's a whole entirely different experience to see some of these classic movies on a big screen. That's the way they were meant to be seen, and they're wonderful, and I'm glad that we have something like Turner Classic Movies to present them without cuts and all of that for you to see at home, because they wouldn't be shown in theaters normally. But when you have a chance, I would love it if you have a chance tomorrow to come and see, you know, Singin' in the Rain, and just have a look at what the experience is of seeing this kind of joyous film with a beautiful print in Technicolor on a big screen. And I think you have a wonderful time. It's kind of what movies are all about and what they used to be about. And then, of course, Greatest Show on Earth is a great fun film the whole family can enjoy. Won the Academy Award as the Best Picture. And then the next day, Notorious with Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman and Hitchcock. You can't do better than that. It's a great film. So if you can, come and see them. You'll have a good time.
You know, it's great. It's a wonderful, wonderful week. And, you know, even this year, if you look at the growth of it, it was... normally it was just a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing, and then it grew to have a Thursday, and then we started on a Wednesday. And Pat was also working to create funding for nonprofits here in Sedona with the Academy Awards evening that he would put on, and then he started pulling it over into the festival. And now this year we started during the Academy Awards nights on Sunday here at Harkins. There's a dinner that happens beforehand, which is a lot of fun, and mix and mingle, and then people go in and cheer on the Academy Awards in the theater, and that's what starts the festival. So we kick it off with Hollywood, and it's a load of fun.
So we're here with another very important person. We have Jane Gill, who screens all the documentaries for the Sedona International Film Festival, so she has a great inside track. Jane, tell us about how long this process takes, how many films you normally screen, and anything else you'd like to share.
I screened almost 200 films. I only screened the documentaries, and there are about 25 screeners that we start in about August, systematically looking at the films in 4 different categories: feature, short, animation, and documentary.
Do you have any sort of, we all know that cinematography and editing techniques can be very diverse, but do you have a sense of a type of editing that generally seems to please the screeners and the audience these days? We look at TV and it's all very fast cuts. Do you have any sort of, say, editing technique that you feel is very effective in documentary storytelling?
Well, one of the things, I've actually developed a little typology that I use when I'm screening. I've seen so many films over the last 3 years since I've been doing this that I have really started to sort of categorize the different techniques that the different filmmakers are making. And one of the things that has struck me about my own reaction to some of these films is that the editing technique really has to match the story and the sound, the overall quality of the film. If the story is quick and light and brisk and crisp, then the editing needs to match that. If it's much more contemplative, then it's easier to work with the camera and then not cut quite so frequently. So it really depends on the overall story.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. They're very valuable, and I think we'll all glean some great information. So this is the end of the first night with the Sedona International Film Festival. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.